Hello kids, and welcome to my garden. Today, we're going to be learning how to create flowers. Now, before we get started today, we want to think about why are flowers so important? Well, not only do they smell beautiful and are very pretty, they also attract bees to our garden to help pollinate other flowers and other veggies in our garden, but they also serve to keep all our unwanted pests out of our gardens. Now, I want you to think, what's your favorite flower? My favorite flower is the sunflower. You know why? Because it's bright yellow, it's warm, and it looks like it sways in the wind and has lots of fun. Okay, so to make our flowers today, we're going to be using scissors, watercolors, glitter glue, which is always fun, oil pastels, white paper, and colored paper, and we're going to put it all together to create a fun flower for us. Okay, now, we'll just move all that aside, and let's start with the outside of our flower. So, we're going to do 3 petals today. And I want you to think, when you're making your flower, do you want it to be warm and fuzzy or cool and groovy? I'd like to do mine warm colors. Now we know what our warm colors are, don't we? That's our reds, our oranges, our yellows, and our cool colors are purple and blue and sometimes green. It all depends. But today, we're going to start with yellow. So, before I get going, I just want to show you, we have 2 different types that we could do today. We can either do a soft looking flower or a sharp looking flower. Or we could even have a big one or a small one. It's all up to you. Here's an example of a soft looking flower petal. See how round the edges are? Very nice and very soft. And here's an example of a sharp looking flower petal, all jaggedy and angular. That might hurt. Ouch! And here are 2 small ones. Ah! Oh my goodness! Such small flowers! I'd like a bigger flower than that. Okay, so we take our piece of paper and we're going to fold it in half. We're going to draw our first petal. We take our pencils and we're going to go 1, 2, 3. 3 big things like that, big loops. We take our scissors, and remember, when we cut using scissors, you hold the scissors outwards and we move the paper around with it. That way, we're avoiding any kind of sharpness coming towards us. And by folding it in half, it makes us cut much less, making it easier. And voila! It's kind of funky looking, but that's alright. No flower's perfect. So there's our first outside bit of our flower. We'll take that and put it to the side. Now next, we're going to do a smaller one. So, if it's going to be smaller, it needs to fit inside that one there. So, I'm going to grab another color. I'd like to do, let's go orange. And with this orange one, we're going to color it with oil pastels to make it fun and funky colors. So we fold it in half once again. We're going to open up our colored pastels. If we can open them up here, which we can. And we're going to pick, let's say, 2 to 3 colors for our flower. Now, I know I said we're going to go warm, but I like purple and I like blue. So I'm going to draw a smaller petal than the last one. 1, 2, 3. It's another funky shape, but that's alright. Okay, we grab our scissors and we go and we cut again, around and around Always holding those scissors away from us. And there we go. Whoa, that's a cool shape. Now, let's take our blue one, our blue color, and let's give it a color however you want. See? Now isn't that pretty? I'll take that one and put that petal inside my big petal. We'll take our glue sticks, and I always use a purple glue stick that disappears, so we always know where we've put our glue. We're going to glue our little petal onto our big petal. Now this looks like a happy flower, which is what we like. We take that and we glue it on, just like that. Now, for our third and final petal, we are going to take a piece of white paper and we're going to use our watercolor paints to paint it. A very fun and exciting color. And the color used is completely up to you. And today, I would like to choose, I'm going to use pink, red, and orange. All warm colors, but I'm going to use all different kinds of techniques. First of all, I'm going to take the pink and I'm going to do big swirls all over the page. See how I do that? I get the watercolor paint and I do big swirls all over it. And next, I'm going to do yellow. And with the yellow, I will do, nope, sorry, it was orange. I didn't want to do yellow. I've already got yellow. Silly me. I'll pick this yellow here. Lots of water, lots of paint. And I'm going to do zigzags. Zigzags all over the paper. Because that way, it's giving us different texture on our page. And finally, we're going to use red. And with our red, we're just going to do dots all over it, like this. Now, when you're creating your own flower, you don't necessarily have to do these type of patterns. You can choose whichever patterns you want, and as many colors as you'd like. It's all up to you. Now that I've done that, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to fold it in half, because it makes it a lot easier. I'm going to take my pencil, and I have to make a petal that's going to fit in the middle of my flower. So I will go 1, 2. We'll just do 2. And since it's smaller, I'm going to use smaller scissors this time to avoid cutting myself. 1, 2. And I'm just going to trim that up a little bit more. And voila! Very pretty. I take my trusty glue stick with the purple back, and I'm going to glue it right in the middle. And that's our third petal. Now, to decorate it a bit more, I'm going to use our glue, our glitter glue. And glitter glue is fun. It makes a mess, but that's alright. So I'm going to take it and I'm going to do different patterns all over my big thing, my big petal. Just dab, 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 dab. And I will grab the red as well, because red's a very fun color. Dab, 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 dab. And a few zigzags. Whoa, that's looking pretty. Okie dokie. Now that we've finished our petals, we're just going to create our final step, which is our stalk. We're going to take there's our trusty pencil. We'll take our pencil and we'll just draw a nice big long line one side, one big long line down the other side. Just like that. I've done squiggles, which is fine, and you can do straight, you can do whatever you like. I grab my scissors, And I cut it yet again, and I follow the lines all the way around. And look at that. Ooh, how pretty. Nice, beautiful green color. Because we know flowers have green stalks. Some have different colors, but most of them, like my beautiful dahlia here, they're green. So I'm going to continue it up, cut, and across. Now that I've got my stem, which is blowing all over the place, I will grab my beautiful petals, and I'm going to glue it on there with my trusty glue stick yet again. So we have to be careful though. The glitter glue, we don't want that to go everywhere. So I'll glue this side of my stem, just like that. Put her down, cap back on the glue, and you choose, it's completely up to you whether you want a big flower, small flower. I'm going to put her about there, and voila, a beautiful, fun, warm, groovy flower to put up on the wall with our bees. I hope you enjoyed learning how to create flowers today, kids. And tune in next week for Dancing Like a Flower.